Slow down. That's a direction you sometimes get from directors. They'll say, slow down the scene, slow down your delivery, you're rushing, I can't catch the dialogue, slow down the pace. But today, I'm going to talk about slowing down in another part of the process, and that is slowing down as you prepare. That may sound strange, but um, I have actors come to me to work on audition scenes who have uh, rushed themselves towards a full performance and along the way missed a lot of clues. I'm surprised by the number of actors who I work with who uh, haven't read the stage directions, the information in between the lines, haven't really thought about what the other character is saying and how that affects their characters, and they have rushed right through some of the subtleties in their anxiousness to have a complete polished performance. So we're going to look at some sides together. I'm going to put this up for you, and I'm going to give you a few minutes to read it. It's from something called The Originals. I don't remember what that is, but I'm just going to give you a few moments of silence to read this down. Okay, now if you look at this scene and you sort of give it a cursory going over, uh, you might just conclude that this is a generic receptionist, pleasant, professional, polished, and all of that, which is not wrong, but there are a lot of clues in this tiny little scene that can make that character a little bit more detailed. Now, we don't know what the Strix is. That's fine. But we do know that as soon as it's mentioned, she takes note of it in a very serious way. She checks the lobby to make sure no one else has overheard. And having already told this gentleman, Marcel, that the person he's looking to see is not in, she changes that story and says, I'll be right back and I'll go get him. So that tells us that this is a receptionist who has been brought into whatever this plot is, whatever this shadiness is, or darkness, or secrecy. She's sort of in the inner circle because she knows what these things mean. Again, speaking in rather abstract terms, but we don't have to know the specifics, but we do have to know what the path of the thing is. Um, so that leads me to some interesting questions. What kind of a receptionist gets hired for this job? Somebody who can keep a secret, somebody who is very good at keeping up a veneer, someone who can lie very easily and say he's not in. I'm so sorry. Um, Also, look at the very top of the page. It's not just a lobby; it's a glittering lobby. Now, again, the receptionist who works in the glittering lobby is different from the receptionist who works in a rundown trailer office, or uh, um, or a rental place for broken down bikes or something. That's a different kind of a person, right? And then at the end, she leaves her post, and that means that this is super important. And look at this. After the shift is made, after she has established that this man has information and is entitled to access to her boss, she says her next line brightly. Brightly is different than suspiciously. Brightly is different than filled with contempt. Brightly. She puts right back up the professional veneer and says, of course, Mr. Gerard, of course. So all of which is to say, these are not magical revelations by any means, but all of which is to say you get a more nuanced, a more detailed performance and a lot more to do when you go into the audition rooms. If you will, slow down your process, take the time to really drink in every clue that's on that page, and thereby become a very specific receptionist. I hope this is helpful to you. I really love doing these videos, and I love sort of cracking open the little minute mysteries of the audition process, because, of course, I've had to do that myself. I'm in the trenches with you. I'm having to conquer the same puzzles as you, and it's a great joy to be able to work through them with you. Hey, wherever you're watching this, leave a comment. I'd love to know your thoughts, particularly on this subject of slowing down, or on anything really. I'd love to hear from you. Also, be sure to head over to auditionpsych101.com. You'll find more videos like this and other materials, and I share as much as I can on that site. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love you to be in touch, and I'll be back with more ideas. Okay, take care.